What's been your experience working in Glamour with models? Because you've done a lot of it now. You got a lot of volume, and you've actually in that kind of scene in Toronto. You're basically in like a community of what I would say. I think, in my opinion, the top photographers. They're you know, Publiceta and crew, and you kind of all do really well there. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, Paul Buceta was like, I loved his work when I was growing up. And then I started working, I did some shoots for Muscle Tech, and he was one of Muscle Tech's photographers. And I met him there in the studio, and I was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. And he's an awesome guy. Totally love Paul Buceta. He invited me out to these pool parties, he called them, which were like beach shoots with models and photographers. And it was a lot of fun. But the industry's changed now. I find, like, before you had the magazines, right? The magazines would say, here, we want to shoot this model. Here's the budget. Here, you know, here's 5,000, whatever, 7,000. Get the model, get the makeup artist, get a location, wardrobe styling, and put together the shoot, right? And then the magazine publishes the shots. Of course, magazines have ads, and they make their money back.
Yeah.
But everything's flipped. Like, Instagram completely killed the Glamour magazine industry, because, like, why would you buy the magazine to see the model when you can just go on our Instagram and see everything? Right. And then again, like, models, as soon as they get published, they take photos of all the photos in the magazine and throw it on their Instagram.
Anyway.
The magazine's like, well, we can't sell anything. And it just, like, their ads disappeared and the revenue disappeared, and that whole industry just, I don't want to say collapsed, but it just sort of, it wasn't as profitable as it used to be, right?
Is that good? Is that a good or a bad thing overall? Like, it's kind of,
as a photographer, it's
yeah.
Right? Like, the ability to make money in the glamour industry has really, like, dropped. So that's why I don't shoot so much of it anymore. But back in the heyday, it was great. I think it's perfect, like, great for the models, because the whole, like, the middleman's gone, the magazine's gone, and models now with, like, things like OnlyFans or whatever, Fansly, they can just self-publish their own stuff, and then people who want to watch it or see it just go, right?
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to buy Playboy anymore? You can just go to the model's whatever, you know, program she uses to sell her photos, and you just go there and you get your membership and you see all the photos you want.
So, but if she wants to sell better photos, she's got to hire a photographer.
That's the thing, right? I'd look at all these models and I'm like, they're all selfie shots with iPhones. It looks terrible, right? Like, you need, the photographer brings a different element to the table. You know, they'll have their own style. They'll have their studio. They'll use lighting. They'll create something that's, I to me anyway, is more beautiful as a photo, right? But a lot of guys, they don't see that. They just want to see the hot girl, right? They don't care what it's shot on.
There's I think there's probably an element too. Like, if you look at some of the, like, even the short form content and stuff that does well, it's like crappy stuff shot on a cell phone. And it might just remove that, you know, it's like, oh, this is a real person. I can relate, and I can kind of project myself into this, rather than having a professional polished photo. It kind of adds another kind of level of removal, I guess.
Yeah, I find that even on YouTube, man, like, the expectation for quality is just come way down. Like, I spend so much time on lighting and getting good lenses and cameras, and I want to have, like, quality content. But now I find it just, like, quick and dirty. Just pull out your phone, make the video, edit it, throw it on YouTube, and that's the way. That's what people want to consume now, I think, right? Everything is about. I don't know if that comes across as more authentic or what. To me, it looks cheap, but that just seems to be the trend, right?
And maybe that's all it is, a trend.
Yeah. Because I know when I, like, 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube, it was all about, like, how professional can you make your YouTube content work? You know, like, can you get good lighting? Can you get nice crisp images? You know, what bit rate are you exporting at? Now it's just kind of like, whatever, just make it look like quick and dirty, throw it up on YouTube. Simple stuff, right? But hey, that's just how it goes, right?